Off diving in the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. This is pretty much where the game opens. We wanted to start off with a place that was very exploration rich, but at the same time, some place that people aren't used to seeing her in recent past.
Right. So we have some sharks that are providing us with some danger. Not the gun-toting bad guys that you're used to in a lot of other games, but sort of an homage to the Tomb Raider series, providing environmental danger.
Yep, there's always local predators. She always has to be prepared. In fact, she's got a spear gun this time around. Her weapons work underwater, but like in real life, bullets don't go very far. So she's got a spear gun.
So if the game opens here, how does this work as sort of a tutorial for you?
Actually, there's about 10 minutes before you get to this point that functions as the on-ramp. So this is where the game proper starts up.
Okay. And when you jump into this, what are you going to experience that's a little bit different than what you might be expecting with Lara and her moveset and some of her weapons?
Well, the first thing you see is this big unbounded ocean, which is a big surprise for Tomb Raider fans. And to dive in and just go find the ruin yourself.
Right.
You have to swim down, try and find the ruins on the seafloor, and she has a moveset that is bigger and better than ever, which you'll see unfold as you go deeper and deeper into the level.
Okay, and that's something that we've heard about as this game has been unveiled, that it's more expansive, it's more open. How important was that for you to make the game sort of open up instead of constraining her to these smaller puzzle rooms?
It was hugely important. We were very much focused on having this be more player-driven exploration. We wanted to have a lot of the epic adventure that we had in previous games, but we wanted to bring back a lot of that solo adventure, discovery on the top of the world, that kind of thing.
Right. And in terms of the series, where did you see the series going as a whole, and how does this tie into the series as a whole?
So we wanted to really focus in on her core gameplay when we came into Tomb Raider Legend, and we wanted to bring back her adventure into the tombs, into the exploration, and when we came to Anniversary, we wanted to bring back a lot of those emotions that people felt when they first played Tomb Raider.
Right.
So for Underworld, we wanted to bring those things together and give people the action framework that they wanted, but also more of the open exploration, big environments, done in a way that we could only do on the current-gen platforms.
Right. And you've been showing this on the floor of E3. What has the response been so far?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
No, the response has been phenomenal. Usually, you can tell me journalists like to be stone-faced in these things, but we get them to smile, and they're looking forward to this.
That's good to hear. You must be excited to show a game that people are so excited about.
Absolutely.
Were you surprised at all about the fanatical response to the past couple releases? You know, it was sort of a throwback, you know, let's reboot things, let's start back from the beginning and do things over. And people responded really well to that. Did you think that the response was going to be that big?
Actually, it did surprise me. I think that the gameplay really needed a lot of updating because it's been around for a long time, but people were ready for it. They have always loved Lara. They still love Lara. The game needed to live up to her legacy, and it really has. Yeah,
and so now on the new hardware, you have the opportunity to really do a lot of things that may have been impossible previously. I mean, what are a few specific things that the series sort of had to, you know, cut back on because of hardware, and now you have more creative freedom with?
One of the amazing things that Tomb Raider provides that's pretty unique is putting her into these ruin areas that are lush and beautiful and big. But it was hard to do both of those at the same time. With the current generation power, what we can do is we can have these really big and lush and detailed and interactive exploration spaces for the players to move through as they want.
Right. And how does that affect the puzzles? Because that's always the big part. You know, for a lot of us, you know, some people like combat the most, but for a lot of us, Tomb Raider is all about the puzzles and, you know, using a little bit of intelligence to solve things instead of just beating things down.
Yep. We went big with the puzzles. In fact, one of our core focus was to make these big, epic, exploration-based puzzles. So some of the footage we just saw here was the Kraken Room, which is this space where there's actually many different puzzles that are layered together, and they bring together all of your attention to this final moment. So you're solving puzzles that build upon each other until finally they reach this conclusion, and the scale of it is amazing.
That's good to hear. So it's more of a structure where the puzzles are over the entire level, sort of working in conjunction to provide one large puzzle than a lot of smaller sort of take this here and put this there.
Right. It's a very pyramid structure of the puzzles. It's not just a solve this little puzzle to get to this room, this puzzle to get to the next room. They all interrelate and build up to this big crescendo at the end of any given section.
That's great. And so, in my opinion, that would build a lot more tension because everything you do sort of builds towards something. Do you find that's true in the story?
It's very true. In fact, one of the things that we felt was most important was setting context for everything you do. Part of that is story framework, but a lot of it is the audio design, a lot of it is the lighting. It's all bringing these recipe elements to focus on what we want the mood to be, what we want the emotional connection to be all the time.